You watching Ishmael Tunes.
Lila and the Lost Colors of the Whispering Woods. Lila loved the Whispering Woods more than anything. Every tree was painted with bright green moss, and the creek sparkled with 1,000 tiny, happy colors. She often sat by the water, wondering what beautiful secret the woods would show her next. But today, something felt wrong. Lila looked at her favorite mossy rock, and its green seemed tired and dull. Suddenly, a tiny rainbow light zipped past her nose. It was Lumina, a magical glowworm who spoke in a soft chime. Lila, the crystal bloom has dimmed. The woods are losing their colors because everyone is forgetting to be kind. Lila immediately stood up, adjusting her bright red boots. We must help, she declared. Lumina happily zipped ahead, guiding her. They stepped onto an ancient, hidden path that seemed to pulse with a low, deep light, leading them deeper into the forgotten heart of the woods. Soon, they reached the River of Happy Thoughts, which was supposed to sing little songs. But it was completely silent, and the water was a depressing, dull gray. It won't sing until a happy traveler gives it a kind thought, Lumina whispered sadly. Lila cupped her hands and leaned close to the water. Hey, River, she giggled. Did you hear about the toad who only hops on Tuesdays? The gray water rippled once, twice, and then started to bubble with tiny chuckles. The river giggled. Instantly, the water burst into a brilliant, sparkling sapphire blue. A tiny, cheerful fish with oversized, friendly eyes popped its head out. Thank you for the kindness. That joke was delicious, the fish squeaked happily. Feeling encouraged, Lila and Lumina pressed on. The next part of the woods was very gray and gloomy. Suddenly, they heard a grumpy, muffled voice. It was Barnaby, a tiny squirrel, pinned under a thick, tangled tree root. HMPH, no one ever helps anyone around here anymore, he muttered crossly, clutching a tiny acorn. We will help, cried Lila, pushing her shoulder against the heavy root. Lumina flew down and added her small, magical push, buzzing with all her light. They wiggled and strained, working together until, with a big crack, the heavy root finally shifted and lifted away from Barnaby. Barnaby scrambled out, shaking his tail. He was so surprised by their kindness that his grumpy face softened. Oh, thank you. The crystal bloom is just over that rise, he whispered, pointing with his nose. There, sitting on a mossy hill, was the goal. A flower made of dull, cloudy crystal, shining with only a tiny, tired white light. Lila stepped forward and gently placed her hand on the cold, cloudy crystal. She closed her eyes. Dear Bloom, she whispered, we learned that kindness is the best magic of all. Friendship is what keeps the world bright. Lumina added her entire brilliant rainbow glow to Lila's hand. Suddenly, the bloom pulsed. With a final magnificent surge, the crystal bloom burst into dazzling life. The colors rushed back into the Whispering Woods, making every leaf, stone, and drop of water glow with glorious magic. Lila and Lumina waved goodbye to Barnaby, knowing that as long as they chose kindness every day, the woods would forever be bright.